Welcome to Slash Forward, and to Puppet Master 5, the continuation. Let's get to it. We start out in a bewildering situation. Picking up right after the fourth film, we find Rick in hot water. He's in for questioning regarding the deaths of Doctors Baker and Piper. Although he's not under arrest, he's wearing an orange jumper. The whole thing goes around in circles.
What is it exactly that Omega Systems is developing?
Research and development.
They were developing developments? The detective gets a little handsy and then fills him in. They know about the demon figurines and about his puppets, so they're connecting the two. Rick gets bailed out by his corporate overlords and is visited in prison by none other than the future director of operations of the company. They have a conversation about the events that transpired, and in a power move, Rick cuts the conversation short and heads out. Susie picks up Rick from the station, happy he's now out, giving her some brief respite from her time-filling activity of constantly teasing that hair. Take a break, girl. She's eager to get that jailhouse stank all over her, but Rick passes out at the exact wrong moment. We also see that Blade escaped the evidence room and made it into his bag. We get a little catch-up action to initiate the plot on this bad boy. The king of the underworld is lonely, so he puts his essence into a super totem to send to the world of light. Dr. Jennings is offered a bribe by Clu Gulager for some insider secrets, and Lauren is in a coma as a result of the events of the last movie. When Rick wakes up, he resolves to collect the remainder of the puppets from the inn before the police find them. Dr. Jennings makes it to the hotel first. Eager to earn that bribe money, the men he hired to help emerge from the shadows around him. Inside, they demonstrate that he spared many expenses in their hiring.
What is it we're looking for exactly?
Yes, they're between 30 and 40 centimeters high, and they all have internal hydraulic mechanism.
What?
Just pick up anything that looks like a puppet, okay?
And in the way they annoyingly shine their flashlights in the eyes of the person they're talking to. From here, the movie consists of a lot of little scenes of various characters running around and finding puppets or the demon, with equally predictable results in most cases. So let's run through it. Mayor Cusack catches sight of something and chases after it, but is distracted by his own beautiful visage. Rick and Blade get to the hotel and split up to find the others, not yet knowing that there are intruders around. The head demon finally finishes his ritual. Jason then finds the old trunk, which contains a fresh demon who quickly eviscerates him and steals his soul. Rick gets an ambiguous message from his computer. He can't figure out how to manipulate it, no matter how many times he presses 7 or 9. Scott manages to run across Pinhead and becomes mesmerized. He moves in as close as possible, allowing him to get bitch slapped, and then he gives chase. Rick finds Six Shooter, who informs him of the intruders. Scott manages to catch up with Pinhead, and in the process of trying to remove him from the shelf, gets his nuts tenderized. This henchman runs across the demon and gets a little too smitten for his own good, commenting on its beauty.
Yes, yes. Oh, you are beautiful. You're a work of art.
And ultimately tripping and getting scratched to death. Susie shows up amidst the pandemonium. Rick and Dr. Jennings run across each other, with Jennings committed to fleeing. Then Rick finds Susie and they discover the computer stuff is a psychic message from Lauren. She's able to provide Rick with the reanimation formula. On his way out, Dr. Jennings runs across a couple of the puppets and decides the risk to his life is worth it to capture their secrets. Meanwhile, Rick, committed to purging the world of the demon, begins to work to get Decapitron back online.
Their fuel acts as a conduit for raw electricity, allowing autonomous parameters. Basically life.
Yeah, basically. It works, and Rick accentuates his success with an epic fist pump. They run off to let the puppets do their work, as Scott is finally killed nearby. Dr. Jennings, however, now has access to exactly what he wants, so he knocks Rick out to provide him the opportunity to collect the puppets. Unfortunately for him, they had other ideas and slowly back him into the open elevator shaft. Now, at the final showdown, the puppets work together to weaken the demon. In a last-ditch effort, he opens a portal to another dimension, but the puppets blow that up and put an end to this ancient evil. We end at Susie's apartment, where Toulon says his final goodbye and officially passes the torch to the new puppet master, who we won't ever see again. And that's the 5th Puppet Master. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.